BMW 5 Series first came onto the motoring scene back in 1972. Starting with the rather boxy E12, it's been through a number of changes, both in design and technology in its almost 40-year history. So when it came to sculpting the 6th generation, the men behind the scenes had a lot to live up to. In fact, it was up to one man, Adrian van Hooijdonk, to come up with something that would truly represent the new theme of BMW, that the brand is all about joy. The paper design of the F10, as the new 5 is named, first translated to reality in late 2009. Now it's here in South Africa, fitting neatly between the current 3 and 7 series, the all-new BMW 5 Series sedan.
What are you doing? I'm trying to enjoy my lunch.
Morris, we came all the way to Cape Town to shoot an executive car, and you look like a fisherman.
Are you serious?
Should you try a little bit harder, baby? Come on.
So the 5 o'clock shadow ain't cool for you?
No. Doesn't work for me. We're not shooting a bakkie. Executive car. Go and get changed.
You happy? Is this executive enough for you, Dad?
Much better, my boy.
No 5 o'clock shadow, looking the part, huh?
Yeah, I'd even give you one.
Tell you what, why don't you rather give me 5? If it looks like that, I'll take it.
Morris, get out of shot, buddy. Morris, out of shot, buddy. Come on. You're very executive.
Unlike its predecessor, it doesn't have any awkward angles or extreme design cues that caused so much consternation in the Bangle days. The proportions are tidy, and detailing, like the sharp ridge running along the sides, almost makes you think of a fine Italian suit. It means business, but it looks good doing it. Confidence gets you a long way in the corporate world, and the new 5 has no shortage of that. BMW CEO Norbert Reithofer calls it the right car at the right time. And with Audi, Mercedes and Jaguar's challenges breathing down its neck, it had better be.
So what is different with the 6th generation BMW 5 Series? Well, Bangle is no more, and it's quite evident when you look at the design. They are less in-your-face cutting edge, I guess, and they've gone more to the traditional Beamer-esque design elements. It's sleeker, sportier, I think probably sexier as well. The old 5 had a very pointy nose, very rounded in the front, and then obviously had that big bulbous butt that Bangle became synonymous with. None of that you're going to find in this 5 Series. They have gone way more upright in the front, flared out those split kidney grills. They are very dominant, and the back, just for me, looks way better, more interesting and more pretty, but possibly something that people are going to say, hey, this is looking a lot like it's taken a big step backwards, because it's looking a lot similar to the E90 3 Series Beamer. Whatever your opinion is, I think visually it certainly looks a lot better and is a safer bet for BMW. But the design is certainly very clever, because visually when you look at the car, it actually looks a lot more compact and smaller than it actually is, which I like. But when you do get inside, it is a big, comfortable executive saloon. People are going to herald the fact that finally the BMW 5 Series is giving legroom in the back, because I think that's probably where it has struggled with its competitors.
The 6th generation 5 Series is very much about space. Rear passengers can enjoy an extra 13mm over the previous model, and there's also an optional entertainment system giving you access to DVD, TV, navigation and the internet. Up front, the cockpit is as usual completely driver-oriented. Finishes and materials are typically BMW, with an executive, classy feel. Love it or hate it, iDrive is of course included in the mix, and the new 5 is a corker for people who hate to park. Apart from the camera in the rear view mirror, BMW has also introduced what it calls its parking assistant, Well, the name's not genius, but the technology is. It'll help you decide which parallel parking spot you can actually fit into, measuring the length and width of the space through ultrasound sensors in the side indicator. From there, your assistant will move the steering wheel while you do your stuff on the pedals. Yes, we've seen this before. But the 5 also features a new clever system called Surround View, which gives you a complete look at what's around you through its many cameras, including the bird's eye view. The practicality of the car is further enhanced by a more roomy rear.
They've also really are emphasizing comfort and smooth drive, because what they've done, they've gone and put double wishbones on the front suspension, so it really does soften out the ride. Obviously you can go with your adaptive dynamic systems as well, so you can put yourself in sport mode, comfort mode, sport plus mode. You can really just fine tune the dynamic drive of your BMW to suit your mood. Another change, they've actually gone the electric route, not hydraulic, on the power steering system, purely in a bid to save energy and be more efficient, which obviously is important to BMW. They've also got the brake energy regeneration system, which basically every time you're having fun in your 5 Series and you jump on the brakes, well, it's going to recharge the battery and also going to help a lot in terms of fuel efficiency. We're driving in the 530 diesel and you don't get more efficient than this. Really, it's got all the grunt and torque. I mean, the diesel motors have been applauded and they've won numerous awards for BMW. And this 530 diesel is sweet, 180 odd kilowatts, 540 odd newton meters of torque. I mean, it's plenty, but it is insanely fuel efficient, and the CO2 figures I think are going to be hard to beat. Well, now that I am feeling very executive and dressing at the part, I'm quite happy to be cruising along in my 5 Series sedately, but there is still that boy racer part of me, and there are a couple of optional extras that you might want to slap onto your 530 diesel, certainly onto your 535, or definitely onto the 550, and those are things like active steering and dynamic drive. Active steering basically is just going to help you when you're pitching the car into bends, because it's actually going to help the rear wheel turn slightly. It also speeds up the response at low speed, so your drive is way more personalized and dynamic. You then also got dynamic drive, and that is probably the bit you're going to like the most, because it actually actively twists the anti-roll bar, so when you pitch the car into the corner, it's not going to lean as much. That brings me to the question, I mean, aren't these the things that made BMWs, why they were always so thrilling to drive? Now suddenly you've got to pay to have a BMW drive like a BMW. Oh, they did it with the 7 Series, and thankfully now BMW's also done it with the 5 Series. They've moved away from the crazy out there in your face design and gone for something a little bit more traditional, I guess, mainstream, German. This is what BMW does best, bringing you sleek, stylish, sporty, comfortable, safe executive saloons. They've certainly done it with the new BMW 5 Series.